If the government is serious about its net zero ambitions, we're going to need some details, say analysts, including this former government advisor. And given the timescales, we'll have to see them soon.
In order to believe this, is likely to have a huge ramp up in renewables, in wind power, offshore and onshore wind and solar. You're going to have a huge ramp up in nuclear. This is a massive challenge. Innovators, the kind we work with at the catapult and industry, are up for it, but they're going to need clear direction from government.
His organisation's latest report, seen exclusively by Sky News, finds under any scenario, the 10 gigawatts of offshore wind power we currently have needs to increase at least 5 times and probably a lot more to meet net zero. And we'll probably need 3 times more nuclear power than we have right now, up to 26 gigawatts. But it also finds we'll need huge amounts of zero carbon hydrogen, of which we currently have none. But it's closer than you might think. In this lab at ITM Power in Sheffield, water and electricity is going into an electrolyser. Hydrogen and oxygen is bubbling out. It's the R&D behind the largest electrolyser factory in the world. Its aim, to make enough hydrogen to replace increasingly pricey natural gas.
Everyone's committed to green energy. I think what we're really trying to discuss is how we accelerate that commitment and actually make it a closer reality, as opposed to it being further afield. And I think the commitment is which green energy supplies electrolysis and hydrogen. Not that it's one or the other in terms of fossil fuels. It must be green, renewable energy.
To drive the point home, just down the road is a forecourt where wind energy is converted to hydrogen on site, used to fill hydrogen-powered cars. In theory, hydrogen is the perfect complement to an electricity grid dominated by lots of wind power, because on those really windy days when you've got an excess of electricity, you can make lots of hydrogen, which you can then store to fuel cars, power industry, or make more electricity on those calm days when you haven't got any wind power. The challenge is turning that theory into practice. A major commitment to renewables will ensure a future for hydrogen, but clear policies need to be in place to deliver a low-carbon electricity grid, and we don't have them yet. Tom Clarke, Sky News, Sheffield.